My name is Cindy. I'm a postgrad student research assistant here at UNISA Department of Psychology. I'm originally from KwaZulu Natal in Umlazi, in a community E section, a small community. So the topic resonated with me very well, because not I haven't seen a researcher within our community. Um, but I've read articles and journal articles about my community, which is weird because I they speak about my community and it's authors from America coming in and talking about my community. Just the other day, I was reading an article about academic achievement, and the author was an American lady in an American university, and she came into the Umlazi, and I think she was a counselor or something, and she got participants. So I wasn't really comfortable with the article because I was like, okay, there was a phrase where she's like she's familiar with the people and she's familiar with the language, and I was like, okay. And then when I was reading her results, I didn't feel comfortable because I'm like, I'm from there, so you're telling me stuff about my own community, like what was going on, and it just made me realize how much information is out there about Umlazi, and from it's not information from people from Umlazi. The people from Umlazi are not writing the articles, are not writing the information that's available out there. And it makes me think that research is very political in terms of the first of all, the dissemination of the information, and second of all, the impact that it has. Like, Mlazi is the same, like nothing has changed, but there's so many research articles out there about it, and they say all these recommendations, but nothing's changed. So for me, it's like, okay, so you come in, you prod and ask questions, and then you just leave people like that. We don't You don't give us information. You don't say, okay, this is what I found, these are the suggestions, let's implement this, or let's talk to this, let's talk to the council, let's talk to the municipality. It kind of leaves an empty void, and people start not wanting to share information with you, or they'll share the false information with you. So when participatory action research came along, it was, for me, it was quite interesting because you're making people part of the process. So even if you leave after, they know what to do, they know what to talk to, they know how to monitor and evaluate themselves. And it's not other people imposing their ideas or imposing their own solutions, because the community knows what works for them. They know what ticks. They know what's right for them. They know what's benefiting them and what doesn't benefit them, and it gives them the kind of agency to see that, okay, something's wrong, we need to deal with it, we need to do something about it. Nobody needs to come, external person come and tell us what to do. And it kind of makes me reflect in the in group and out group thing. um looking at my community, if someone new comes in and they buy a house, it takes a while for us to get used to the person, because we still need to find out who they are, where they work, what they do, and then we'll start inviting them to like functions, and then that the wider community gets to know them. So it takes that one person to reach out for the community to accept you, to become part of the in group. And once you're part of the in group, it's very hard for them to exclude you. They'll only exclude you if you've gone against, like, something bad against them. So the module and this part of the community psych module makes me reflect on my own community and how we operate and how we relate to each other. Another aspect I want to touch on is the community itself and how it operates, and how, like, your neighbor will be your primary source of information. Like, I'm Zulu, so there are certain cultural practices that, we're a modern Zulu family, so there's certain cultural practices that my father might not know, and my father will go to my neighbor and say, look, we actually want to do this sort of function, we don't know how to go about it. And then my neighbor will be like, okay, first you have to step one, step two, step three. And then from then on, if someone comes to my father can also share that information with them. So it's all those networks are very important, and as someone who's studying psychology and someone who's studying research, you start making those links on how information is shared and how the community operates and what makes it tick. So yeah.